What's up guys, Brian here. Today we're gonna swap the shocks on my Mazda B2200, and I just wanted to make a quick video just to show you how easy it is to swap this stuff out. Let me show you the tools you're gonna need. You're gonna need your new shocks and just a few things, and you'll be able to do this probably in like maybe an hour to get all four corners done. So super quick, super easy. Let me show you. So all the tools you're gonna need is gonna be a 17mm wrench and a socket, a 14mm wrench and a socket, or two wrenches so you can take the top of the shock off, a long screwdriver to kind of push the bottom of it, your new shock. These are used, but they are new to me and they're in very good shape, so they're going to be a lot better than what I have. And then also something to remove your wheels already. In my case, it's a 19mm socket. If you have a power tool, great. If not, just get some ratchets and you should be able to do this as well. Now that we have all our tools here, basically now we just need to jack up the front, get to our wheel, remove this. Also, don't forget to put a jack stand underneath the truck just to make sure you're safe in case it wants to fall or tip over. So let's just put this in place, take the wheel off, and then I'll show you how the shock looks here. Let's do it. Alright guys, and with your wheel out of the way, basically your 14mm wrenches, you're going to need two of them because there is two nuts here that we need to loosen. Once you get those, you can use one wrench on the bottom if you don't have two, and then just use one socket on the top, and then that way you'll be able to take them off. So once you take those off, then you're going to move here to the side, and then there is our 17mm bolt and nut on the back of it. So basically you just undo those two. Oops, let me get in here. You just undo those two nut and bolt there, and you are basically ready to take out the shock and put the new one in there. So let's get it done. Alright, so if you already undid your nuts on the top and then you also undid the bolt here at the bottom, all you got to do now is just basically kind of compress it. If your shocks are anything like mine right now, they're going to be super easy. You just press it down and it's going to stay stuck. So let me take it out here and show you compared to the new one, just so you see how it is. And here we have the old one, and then if I press this, I mean, look, super easy. I can just press it down with my hand, and they shouldn't take that long to come out. So you already know this shock is pretty much worthless. Now, because I am using some old ones, I am going to reuse the rubbers here at the top, just because I don't have ones that came with this ones. I don't know what happened to them, but like I said, these ones are super in good shape. Like, I can't even press it here with one hand, just because that's actually functioning how it's supposed to. So we're going to swap that stuff over. Now, if you have a brand new set, obviously it's going to come with all this brand new, so you just put those on the top. And the way you want to do it is you want to have basically one small sandwich of rubber here that goes right on this part, kind of like it is here. And then you're going to hook it through the loop on the top there, and then you're going to put your next kind of sandwich right on top of it, and then you're going to put your nuts back in place. So let's get this one in place. Now, to get this one in place, because it's actually working right, it's going to be a little bit harder. That's where your long screwdriver is going to come into place. You want to kind of hook it into the first part here, and then just line it up here at the bottom, and then just kind of basically work it into the spot it's supposed to be with your screwdriver, and then put your bolt in place. Super easy again, so let's do it. Alright, so now that you get the bottom one in place, that's usually the hardest part, especially if you get them used like mine here. Sometimes when you get them brand new, they have this little kind of paper, or not paper, I'm sorry, this like kind of big zip tie that goes around it. You could try to get it in there that way before you remove the zip tie, but just know that it's gonna kind of start shooting up real quick after that. So once you get that one in the bottom, you put the bolt back in place and then you tighten it again. I'll write down in the description the torque specs for them so you guys can have them. And same thing on the top. Check it out there. But basically just tighten it up and then you make sure these two nuts are tight into each other. That way it won't come out. And you are basically done with this side. Now you have to just put your wheel back on and repeat on the passenger side or the driver's side, whichever side you're doing next. And you are basically done with swapping your shocks on the front. So now we're just gonna move to the rear and I'll show you guys what tools you need for the rear, and it's basically almost just as easy as this one was. So let's do it. All right guys, so we are now ready to do the rear, and the rear is going to be even easier than the front just because all you need is a 17mm wrench or socket, or if you have a power tool like I do, then that'll make it even faster. So all you need is 17, and 17 is going to be up for the bottom and the top of the shock. Basically you remove 2 bolts, get the old shock out, put the new shock in, and then put the 2 bolts back in place, and then you should be good to go. It's getting a little windy, so hopefully you guys don't hear that. And if you're wondering why am I wearing on my head too, is this headlamp, LED headlamp by Delphi. Big shout out to them for sending this over to me. Honestly, have been using them quite a bit. If you follow our Instagram, I think you might have seen me post something about it. It's super bright and it works for areas like this. I have to get under the truck now. It's going to be dark under, and I don't have like a very good LED solution outside of this that I just got from them. So big shout out to them. I'll link you guys on the bottom as well if you want to get one. But yeah, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see the light in action as well. It's pretty awesome. So let's get under the truck and I'll show you. All right guys, so here under the truck, you can already tell. So here is the bottom of the shock. If you see all that light, basically all that light shining, that is my headband. It is awesome. It's great. Right now you see the shadow just because the camera is in front of my face, but it really illuminates everything down here. But anyways, so we have a 17mm down here, and then we're gonna have a 17mm up here. So basically you take those 2 bolts out and this whole shock should come out. Now, you don't have to remove the wheels or anything like that. All I did was basically lift the truck from the differential. That's probably not the best method, but I've been doing that for years, so I haven't had an issue so far. So that's how I have it. So I basically lifted it just enough to get the pressure off the wheels and off the shocks and everything. There's a small little gap on each side. And now we are ready to take the shock off. So let's do it. And there you have it guys, that's how easy it is to swap out all the shocks on your Mazda B series. It probably will be a similar process if you're trying to do this on a D21 or any other mini truck from the era. They're all just super simple, so don't be scared, get in there and swap them out if you need to. Hopefully this video is helpful to you guys. If you like what we're doing, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.